kissed him, and you say you have kissed him is what a little moonlight can do.
It's a good day here at Broadway.com because one of my favorite people is sitting just 4 feet away. It's the 6-time Tony Award winner you know and love. Welcome back to Show People, Audra McDonald.
Thank you, Paul.
How are you?
I am fine.
I'm so glad you're here. You look gorgeous.
Well, so do you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
I'm liking the colors.
You know, the last time you were here, you had won the 5th Tony, so it's just like, it's right after you. What, I mean, what, you look at you.
Look at you.
What is happening? What is happening?
I don't know.
It just keeps happening, and you can't even process it, right? It's
no, I don't process it.
Right.
I don't.
My only question about you having 6 Tony Awards is, have you lost any of them and just not telling anyone? You probably just lose track of one of them.
No, I haven't lost any of them. I haven't. There's one
damaged?
that is none of them are damaged, believe it or not. But one is not in my house, but I know where it is.
Somewhere.
Yes, no, I know where it is. It's not in my house.
Somewhere in Egg Fartopia? Can we please talk about Egg Fartopia? I just want to get this out of the way because we've been sort of obsessed at Broadway.com with Egg Fartopia ever since we found out that your home in upstate New York is called Egg Fartopia. There's like a sign. Yeah. The New York Times had a photograph of it. Yeah. Will you reveal in any way what the name means?
No,
okay.
I can't. It's a family secret. I can't.
A great
but
word.
it was one of the kids came up with the word, but I will not reveal how it came to be. Family secret.
It's amazing. It's a great word. So the mystery lives on.
The mystery lives on, but
it's good to have some mysteries.
Yes, yeah, but Egg Fartopia is our home.
Okay, so let's just talk quickly about Tony Award night because I love you on the Tony Awards because you cry and you give us everything.
I don't plan any of it, you know.
I watched it again right before you came here.
Okay.
And my favorite part watching it again was Anna Wintour right behind you, sitting behind. Have you seen this? Just with her shades, like she's just like sitting behind you during the whole thing.
No, I remember her walking in
it's amazing.
Before the show started. But
it's amazing because she's just in her,
I'm sure she was thinking this woman is a mess. I'm sure that's what she was thinking.
We love you for that. We love you for that. And don't we love Cherry Jones? Oh my God! Like Cherry Jones was like more excited that you won than it could have been for.
Look, and I would have been as excited for her or for any of those women. I mean, and Cherry, I just adore her. I think she's just the bee's knees, one of the most amazing actresses ever. She came to see Lady Day a couple of weeks after the Tonys, and I don't like knowing who's there. And I was doing the show, and I heard only one person laugh at one particular moment, and in that moment I went, that's Cherry. Cherry's here. And then the rest of my show is like, I know that's Cherry. I know she's here. I hope my show doesn't suck. Cherry's here. And sure enough, she came backstage. I was like, I knew it was you. She's like, I thought that moment was really funny and no one else laughed. I love her.
The other woman, when you walk into an award ceremony, must give you the side eye. I mean, it's like, oh, great. Audra's in our category.
I hope not. I mean, no. I mean, I don't know how I'm supposed to talk about or process it. It's so odd, and it doesn't. Okay.
Here's what I love.
Okay.
I love the fact that you now have 6 Tony Awards, right? And you've won in all the 4 acting categories. You haven't won any design categories yet. That's something to work towards.
Oh God.
But you've won 6 acting Tony Awards, and so that kind of I mean, how else do you gauge who are the sort of the leading people in the theater world? I mean, you clearly are kind of the queen of Broadway, or no?
No.
Lady Broadway?
No, I'm none of
Mama
those
Broadway?
things.
Is there any term that you will accept?
Mama Broadway.
Can we come up with like a title for you that would be? Is there a title?
No, I'm one of the broads on Broadway. There's a bunch of us.
Right.
I'm one of the broads on Broadway.
But what's cool about it, the fact that it's you, what's cool about it is you're an awesome person. You're an African-American woman.
I am an African-American woman.
You are, in case you didn't know. You can do musicals, you do plays. Like, you're very, very versatile. You can give us all the moments we love. You can do cartwheels.
I can do cartwheels.
You seem like you'd be really fun to hang out with all night, like drinking.
Well, you'll have to ask maybe Norm Lewis.
I will ask Norm Lewis. And you're really funny on Twitter. I mean, it's kind of awesome that Mama Broadway is funny on Twitter too, because you think of like the esteemed the lunch spontaneous.
Yeah,
it's like, well, it's just Audra.
But you say Mama Broadway, and it makes me feel like I've got size 44 triple G breasts, and I kind of nurse
I love that image.
Broadway.
That's a really fun image, actually.
This interview is going really well.
I love it. So there's no title that you will accept for your position.
I am one
of the
many
broads.
broads of Broadway.
There are a lot of great broads on Broadway, huh?
Amazing broads on Broadway.
I mean, look at the women that are here right now. Oh my God.
It's incredible.
And you don't get to see a lot of what they're doing.
No, I just got to see one of the great broads on Broadway, a couple of them, actually. I just got to see Bullets Over Broadway yesterday because I wanted to see it before it closed. So I got to see the great broad, Miss Marin Maisie. Another great broad, Karen Ziemba.
Yes.
And I got to see one of the upcoming broads, Miss Betsy Wolf.
Yeah.
And so it was fantastic.
Upcoming broads.
Yes. And so for me, any chance I get a chance to go, not just support, but go and be inspired, by my colleagues. It's fantastic.
So Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill, I listened to the album, which is so much fun. It's like a 2-disc live album of the whole, which is probably great for you because you didn't have to go do it in a studio. You just do the show.
How could you? The show would have been so difficult to do in a studio. I'm so glad they settled on doing it that way. I don't know.
Have you listened to it?
No.
Are you ever gonna
Nope, never
play it on the speakers of Egg Fartopia and just lounge on a hammock and experience the show?
No, I would never be able to lounge on a hammock listening to myself doing that. That would drive me crazy. No.
Well, it's a good album. It's a very, very good album. I recommend it to everyone.
Thank you.
So I want to ask you about the tables because when I first saw it, I wasn't at one of those tables. I sort of watched it from above a little bit. But what is that? Because I was obsessed with watching some of those people when I saw it.
Yes.
And I was thinking a lot of them would be kind of distracting.
You know what? We have had some interesting patrons at these tables. For the most part, they're fantastic and they're supportive and they really become, characters in the show for me. I'm speaking directly to them. Some of them help me with my cigarettes and and helping me up and down of the stage. But sometimes we get people there. We had one lady one night who was at the very front table, and she had bags of candy. Oh. And that's fine. You've got your candy. That's great. Kept eating it the entire show, and it was so loud and crunchy munchy, and she kept going through her bags and stuff during the show to the point that at one point, I looked down and said, "What you got there? What is that over there? Is that something you want to share with everybody up here? What's that down there?" And I kept asking her. And she was like, and she kept going, just eating her candy and going through her bags. And then finally, when I leave the stage for a few minutes, the house manager came down and took all of her candy away from her. And then when I came back on stage, there was one piece that she missed because she went for the candy again.
Found that one.
Drove me crazy. And we've had nights where cell phones have gone off and, and that happens.
Billy can't react to a cell phone.
She does.
Oh, she does?
Because she doesn't know what it is. There's no such thing as a cell phone in 1959. So there have been, can I say bad words? So what does she do?
What does Billy do when she hears some dial tone come on her?
Well, the other night when it happened, I spun in a circle and I just kept saying, "What the f*** is that? What the f*** is that?" And I just kept in a circle just saying it over and over and over again until it stopped. Because I was...
So it just becomes like a ringing in Billy's head.
Well, she wouldn't know what it is, and she would absolutely say, "What the f*** is that?" So I thought, well, I'm going to say it's Billy, but it's really Audra. And Audra's saying, "Who the f***'s phone is that?" But it's,
If one of your friends said to you, "Can I want to sit in one of those tables," would you be fine with that? Or would you say, "No, get in the dark"?
No, I tell them, no one that I know is allowed to sit down in those seats, and sometimes people don't tell me that they've come or that they bought tickets on their own, didn't go through my house seats or something, and they have ended up there. And it's very difficult when it's somebody that I know and I'm having to talk to them, and I've had past directors and friends and it's difficult. You barrel through it. And then the other thing that's sometimes distracting is every once in a while someone will bring a really, really young child to one of those tables, and Billy's not saying the nicest things or going through the most family-friendly moment you've ever seen. And so it's very difficult when there's a little kid there and the audience is watching me and watching the kid and watching that whole experience. So that gets a little difficult too. On those nights, I have a hard time doing the show on those nights because I know that I'm scarring these children. And sometimes if I can, I try and get to them with the dog and let them play with the dog a little bit, just to say, see, she's not a terrible person, but you're about to get scarred because she's about to go through a serious heroin rant, and I'm sorry you have to see this at age 9. It's awful.
Has the dog, what's the dog's name again?
Roxie.
Roxie,
Yes, she's
adorable
amazing.
dog. Has Roxie misbehaved in any way?
No, Roxie is great. Roxie has territorial issues, so if there's sometimes there'll be seeing eye dogs in the audience or something, and we have to put them,
That's bad.
the thing is, any audience member, if they purchase that ticket, they're in that seat, they're allowed to sit in that seat. So if Roxie sees any of those dogs, she'll start barking at them and going nuts. So I usually have to have.
So that has happened during the show.
Yes, where she hasn't seen the dogs, but she's heard them, and so she all of a sudden does this. So on those nights that we know a dog is going to be there, I try and have extra treats, and I try and keep her close to me and kind of bury her head a little bit. But we have people who talk back.
Right.
People. One guy lit my cigarette one night and then decided he wanted one, so he pulled one out of my pack and started smoking it too. I'm like, what are you doing? And his wife put that away. So it's interesting.
How much do you live with your characters when you're doing a run? And this is supposed to be a limited run, and now it's extended through October 5th. The final extension.
It can't go
final
any further
extension.
because Wolverine's coming.
It's a big hit. Recouped its money. It's a big Audra McDonald hit on Broadway. But like, are you living with Billy, or are you able to sort of like leave her at the Circle in the Square?
Well, I live with her only at Circle in the Square, but it's a heavy time. I get to the theater 2 hours before I have to, because I have to bond with Roxie. I have to put on the makeup. I have to do the track marks. It takes a long time to prep for the show, and I have this sort of physiological reaction. As soon as I walk into the theater, I get sleepy. Even if I could have had 15, 16 hours of sleep. Wow. I walk into the theater and I immediately get really sleepy. It's this weird thing, and I think it's because I'm about to sort of take on this life, So she's the character is very present and very heavy on me up until, the end of the show. So from about 6 o'clock until about 9:45, I'm not the most fun person to be around.
Oh, really?
Let's put it that way. Yeah,
okay.
I'm not a lot of fun.
Okay.
But around 9:45, I get much peppier. But up until that moment, it's just because it's heavy
right,
what I'm about
right,
to go through,
right.
And I think my body is just aware of it. And I don't mean this in any artsy-fartsy weird way. It's just, it's a lot to take on. So I'm fine with absolutely releasing her and leaving her at the theater. I don't like to take her home. The one bad thing is because it's such a for lack of a better term, it's a vomit what she's doing the whole evening. She's just spewing, whether it's singing or speaking or crying or whatever she's going through. It's such that I'm incredibly hungry when the show's over. It's bad. And
so what happens?
Well, it's maybe good that Will Swenson is now in Atlanta doing Bull Durham.
Right, yeah.
Because when Will Swenson was Javert and he's jumping off that bridge, and I've just done the heroin fall, by the time I would meet up with him afterwards on the way home, we were like, pizza, burgers,
so it's just
quesadillas.
It gets like that.
I think it's because both of these roles were like just very
right.
That
so
we were becoming
fatties.
So I've stopped that a little bit since he's been gone, because I don't have him to egg me on, and he doesn't have me to egg him on to, let's get pizza on the way home. So
wow. You go to Egg Fartopia after the show, or you stay in the city?
We go to Egg Fartopia.
So you could end up like in a Wendy's drive-thru or something. One of those like.
I'm not saying that that's happened, but it's happened.
Those late night drive-thrus are dangerous up in the suburbs.
Honey,
that's a bad.
On the way up the West Side Highway, 125th, McDonald's. It's terrible. And sometimes we get there and we're like, how did we end up here?
I would love to see like a paparazzi shot of you two in your car, like right when like with the fries. Oh my God, that'd be so good.
Yeah.
So that husband of yours, wow, first of all, he's incredible in Les Mis. I know he's on hiatus. He's in Atlanta doing Bull Durham, like you said.
I cried my eyes out when I saw him.
Oh my God, so good.
Oh,
so he got rid of the muffin chops.
The muffin chops?
What are they called?
Please make a muffin chop. Mutton chops.
Mutton chops.
But I want them to be muffin chops from now
muffin
on.
chops.
You see his muffin chops?
So they're gone for Bull
They're
Durham.
gone. Actually, he shaved them off after his last show right there in the dressing room. And I think he's a gorgeous man inside and out. And yes, of course, he's gorgeous on the outside. But once he shaved them off, I just was like.
Did you just like grab his face and just like make out with him and say,
well,
he's
I
back.
always do. I mean, he's beautiful no matter how you look at it. But once he shaved him off, he shaved off about 10 years too. So all of a sudden, I now look like his old babysitter or something, as opposed to his wife, because all of a sudden now we don't look anywhere near the same age. So I'm ready for him to grow him back so that we get a little bit closer in age.
Okay, so that'll be actually.
Although he's only 2 years younger than me, just 2. My God.
I loved that photo he tweeted from the first time that he went on in 110 in the Shade. He just put it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Throwback photo.
Yeah.
What a cute photo.
Well, he went on. It was quite surprising.
He was like the understudy.
Yeah, he was understudy to Steve Kazee.
Right. So Steve Kazee was off, missed a show, and Will got
to go on, and he was fantastic.
And look what became of all of this. Egg Fartopia.
Well, Egg Fartopia.
And how are the kids? How's the family?
Everybody's great.
Yeah, they're having a good summer.
Yeah, they're just getting big. They're so big.
Yeah.
It's so frightening. My daughter's only about maybe 2 inches shorter than I am now, and the boys are big. It just happens so quickly.
The thing I'm loving now about you winning a Tony every couple of years is that we get a great camera moment of Zoe on the Tony Award. I mean, she's like, growing up, and she's so beautiful, and she just like
so
beams up at you, and it's just it's a great moment.
She's such a
so
great
keep winning
kid.
those Tonys.
Oh no, that's
bring
They
Zoe.
will never give me another Tony ever again. And
Yeah,
that
never.
Is absolutely fine. I guarantee you.
Never.
It will never happen again.
Okay.
I'll put money
That's it.
on
We're done. It's a wrap on that.
It won't happen again.
No more.
No, it won't.
She has enough. Spread the wealth.
I don't. It's so weird. When people ask, I don't know how to respond.
I know. I don't blame you. Wait, what are you supposed to say?
It's amazing, and I'm grateful, and I'm the luckiest woman I know, but I don't know how to respond. I don't know how to
You just got to think of that girl in Fresno, California, who became this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible.
It is. I'm so lucky.
Lucky girl.
I'm lucky. I'm really lucky.
We're lucky too, though, because you keep doing great stuff and you choose great projects. And Lady Day is so interesting because it's this play that's sort of been out there for many years. You know what I mean? I mean, it's sort of like it's never been on Broadway, but it's been out there. And many actresses have done it over the years.
Yes, amazing actresses have done it over the years.
So are you? I'm picturing you like digging through theater archives looking for other other plays. Like what else can I put my stamp on that's out there?
No. This came because Lonnie, Lonnie
Price.
brought it to Lonnie Price. Yes, brought it to me, and I thought I still think he's crazy to think I could do this. I just didn't think I could do it.
It is funny now that there are quotes that say. I saw a quote on the website. I think it said. The role Audra McDonald was born to play. It's like, whoa, I was?
I wasn't born to play this. I mean, I just never...
What role were you born to play?
Pippi Longstocking. I don't know.
That'd be good. You can win a Tony for that. That's going to be your next
Pippi Longstocking.
story that's already out there that you're going to put the Audra stamp on.
It's a real stretch.
And Zoe will be in the audience. It'll be wonderful.
No, I'll start watching Zoe on the stage,
So as a mom, are you already picturing her going to college and leaving you and
It's only 5 years away. She's 13.
Yeah. And do you that keep you up at night? I can't imagine what it's like for parents.
Yes, it keeps me up at night. Sweet Danny Bernstein he just took his oldest son off to college. And he posted something on Facebook about it, and my heart just broke for Danny.
Yeah.
I just thought, and he's still got one at home, but I even thought, oh my gosh, what's it going to be like for him when he goes home tonight?
Yeah.
That's going to be devastating. And my friend Rebecca Eichenberger, incredible actress and singer, and both of her kids are out of the house now, and there's got to be that moment when you come back home and you go, oh, I've got all this space, what am I going to do? And that's how I feel. I'm so dreading it, Yeah. I keep saying to her, don't you want to go to like NYU or Barnard or maybe even Vassar. I'm just like, somewhere right around here, you know? She's like, well, I'm not sure.
Like a 20-minute drive.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you do.
A couple McDonald's drive-throughs between here and there.
That's fine. Mama will stop at McDonald's on the way to see you.
Mama Broadway might hit the McDonald's drive-in when Zoe goes to college.
Yeah, I know we have to let him go, and I moved, over 2,000 miles away from my parents and moved straight to New York. So, and I'll support her with whatever it is that she wants to do, but I hope it's nearby.
Yes, come on, Zoe, consider it. Consider it.
Please, sweetie. Mommy will give you whatever you want within reason.
So I also wanted to suggest, I think maybe you should just become just Audra. You originally were Audra Ann McDonald.
Yes,
you
and
dropped
then
Ann. We lost Ann.
No more Ann.
I loved Ann. She was great in Carousel. And then you became Audra McDonald. You can just become. I think you should be Audra. Everyone just calls you Audra. You can just become like Oprah.
Oprah.
Who I want to ask you about is that still in the works? Oprah, Night Mother.
I have no comment on that.
No comment.
I have no comment.
I'm going to take that as a yes.
I have no comment.
But I know you did a reading of Night Mother.
Yes.
Marcia Norman's beautiful play with Oprah Winfrey. With Oprah, was it fun to do it with her?
Yes. Yes.
We all wanted to come to Broadway, so.
I have no comment, but she is an amazing actress.
I can't wait to see it.
An amazing actress, and I'd be thrilled to do anything with her. I think she's an amazing lady, and I think she's completely underrated as an actress. She's so in touch with who she is as a person and humanity, and her soul, and it's just so full in her that you can't help but be a good actress if you're that in touch, with everything inside, the good and the bad. She's in touch with all of it, and she's something else.
I thought she deserved an Oscar for The Butler.
I agree.
I don't know what happened. I wanted her to win an Oscar.
Oprah and Emma. I think they both, Emma Thompson absolutely deserve to be nominated for her work.
That would have been Audra's Oscars. If you were in charge of the Oscars. Okay.
If I were in charge of the
picks.
Oscars, those would have been my picks.
So is there anything else you want to leave the people with? I mean, we have Lady Day at the Circle in the Square.
Yes.
Right, through October 5th.
Yes.
And then Hugh Jackman is in next for The River, right?
Yes, for The River.
So, and he gave you your 6th Tony Award. He presented the award, which is nice, right?
Hugh.
So you're going to leave him anything, like at the theater?
Oh, thank you.
Do that?
I need to leave him something.
Like, leave him something. You should leave something for Hugh Jackman. That'd be nice.
What should I leave for him?
I have no idea.
He's
I'm sorry.
so healthy. I can't leave, like, candy. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave, like, bath products or...
Yeah, I could see him enjoying
No,
that.
I'm just going to leave, like, a big hunk of raw meat. That's
You're going to leave it on October 5th, and then he's going to get there a couple weeks later, and it's going to be disgusting.
I'm like, do not touch. Just like a big old hunk of raw meat. Wolverine, I don't know. I know. He's a great guy. I have to leave him something, though. I'll have to think about this. Anybody have any suggestions? Please tweet me and let me know. What should I leave Hugh Jackman? Something that'll keep for a couple weeks. Or not. A puppy.
Yeah, leave that dog. Leave that...
Roxie.
Yeah, leave Roxie.
Yeah.
Just leave Roxie. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
These always fly by with you.
Just fly. They just fly. We'll come back.
Okay, I'll come back.
Come back maybe if you do a play with Oprah or something. You can come back. Maybe.
No comment.
No comment. She said no comment.
No comment.
And she's not telling you what egg fartopia means.
No comment.
No one's ever going to know that.
No comment.
And so consider a close by school.
Like 20 minutes away. That's it.
Or she will become Mama Broadway.
Mama Broadway. Can you imagine? That'd be amazing.
Thank you, Audra.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.